Welcome back to another edition of the Pitch Putt and Puff podcast. My name is Roger, aka RGB. Appreciate everybody tuning in to another episode here. Just going to give a quick breakdown of what's to come for this upcoming weekend of the Pitch Putt and Puff. Going to be a solo episode, running a little late here tonight, so I don't want to bother the boys a little after 10 o'clock. Not too many of them will probably jump on anyway, but it is what it is. Fairway would probably jump on, but he's been sleeping for 4.5 hours. So he eats at 4 o'clock dinner, off to bed he goes. But before I get into this here, to break down the weekend and give you guys a look ahead, how the course is looking, how the groups might pair up, who we're going to have out there this week. I got to give a shout out to the sponsors. Always got to look out for the sponsors. They take care of us, so make sure you guys go take care of them. 420 Bliss, located at 740 Hoosick Road, Troy, New York, right in the Walmart Plaza. If you don't feel like leaving the house, you could always use their website, 420-bliss.com. They have a delivery service available, so make sure you check them out. Flowers, pre-rolls, edibles, tinctures, you name it, they got it. And when you go in there or you order online, make sure you let them know the Pitch Putt and Puff crew sent you. Ty and her crew over there has been awesome, been nothing but great to us. We appreciate everything they do. So if you guys can go and support them, it would be greatly appreciated as well. Another person I'd love for you guys to support, because they've been supporting us, is TroubleOffTheTee.com. Marty's the man. We just have Marty on the Upstate Golf Guys. Just a real down-to-earth guy, great guy. Nothing but willing to help us out. He's got some things cooking up on his end as well. So make sure you check out TroubleOffTheTee.com. Use promo code RGB for 15% off. That's site-wide. You can, hats, whatever, quarter zips, pullovers, whatever. But for the polos, you can use promo code PUFF. That's buy one, get one free. Not many places you're going to find that. They're great dry fit material. I actually have one right here. I got the two-tone gray joint right here. A bunch of different colors, options. I got the nice breathable dry fit material. Make sure you go check out TroubleOffTheTee.com, RGB for 15% off site-wide, and promo code PUFF for buy one, get one free on the polos. And make sure you check out the hats, man. This hat is fresh, Trouble Off the Tee, the white one. I want to wear it on the course, but I'm afraid how dirty I'm going to get it. So I'm going to have to put an order in for the black one. I have to hit up Marty about that. But yeah, let's get into it. But before we do the smoke of the night, sponsored by 420 Bliss, is going to be, let's see, we got the Uptown Funk Keef infused pre-roll. This is a hybrid, floating around 41%. I think I've had this one here in the past. Burns real nice, smooth. Got a nice little flavor to it as well. But yeah, this upcoming week of the Pitch Putt and Puff. Been an interesting week. We've been out there a few times. Me, Hank, and Fairway played, what was it, Monday? I think we got it. Yeah, we got out there Monday for a few holes. Me and Fairway jumped out Tuesday for 18 quick. Took off from work a little bit early to get a round in. Yesterday, I didn't get a chance to go up to Freer Park and play. I did actually go play my old stomping grounds of Pheasant Hollow over in East Greenbush. They've done immaculate things with that course compared to where it was when I first started playing over there 7-8 years ago now, or 5, what was it? Yeah, 6-7 years ago now. Course is in rough shape. You could lose a ball literally in the fairway. But some new owners came in. They take great care of the course. Bob over there, the pro, he's been busting his ass for years over there. Came a long way. We had a couple buddies of mine, co-workers, who just started getting into the game. And that's a course where you can really learn how to hit all your clubs in your bag. Shout out my man Ryan. He was out there for his first real round of golf on a big hit course, we called it, opposed to a par 3. Also Scott, my man Scott from work, was out there. Scott actually impressed me. I was surprised. He hasn't played in a while. He tore a bicep last summer, so he hasn't swung a club in over 2 years. But you could tell he's an athlete, had a nice natural swing to him. Ryan came a long way in the 9 holes. He's got a little problem with direction, but easily fixable. His just aiming point was off a little bit. I was trying to work with him there. Like I said, I'm no pro by any means. When I first started going to play that course, I was shooting 50s, high 40s. It was nice to get up there yesterday and put up a score. I think I shot a 39-40. So it was nice to go back there and have a solid performance. But Freer Park, let me tell you about Freer Park. This course is looking immaculate. Josh, Greg, the rest of the crew, lights out over there. It's really immaculate. The fairways, when you pull up to the course, it looks like it's mid-July. The greens are rolling like it's mid-July. They were just stamped down and rolled out this morning, so they're even faster than they were last week. We might have some rain on Sunday, which I think might honestly benefit us with just to slow these greens down a little bit. But overall, course looks amazing. Shout out to all the guys over there, Greg especially. He's done a phenomenal job. Josh as well. Josh just for dealing with all the shit he deals with. It's crazy. Like I think I'm a pain in the ass to him. Bother him every once in a while for a tee time or confirming my Sunday. What time are we Sunday? Kind of thing. But when I go into that clubhouse and I see some of the shit he deals with on a daily basis, I understand why he's the only guy that's at the golf course that's really happy for the season to end because of the shit he deals with. But shout out to him. I appreciate everything he does for me and the Pitch Putt and Puff crew. As long as everybody over there, Timmy, Joe, Tommy, Mikey, the whole crew. There's so many of the guys over there that take great care of us. Definitely. Also, before I get completely out of sidetrack, Legends New York, the big announcement. The 1 year anniversary of the Pitch Putt and Puff was May 1st, and dropped a big announcement. Legends New York. I know you guys, if you listen, you've heard Michael and the boys come on from the Legends Golf Crew out in California. We're going to try to do something like that here in upstate New York. Might be a little bit tougher because we don't have the numbers they have in the California, in the, LA, IE area. But it's something where we don't have golf clubs up here. So it could be an opportunity to do something really cool. Might have to venture away a little bit from Freer in that case, just because I understand the tee times might not be available unless we do something kind of in the afternoon. But I would love to set something up like maybe like a 4th of July Legends event. Get some guys out there. I know we do an event on the 4th anyway, so maybe just kind of coincide that with the Legends. I don't know. I have to talk to the guys and see what's up. But there's 25 free spots in this New York Legends. 25 free spots. There's 10 guys in the Pitch Putt and Puff. So right there, we got 15 left. I know a few people have reached out. We have my man Back Nine Bandits. He's up in northern New York. He's looking to become a member. And that's the thing. You don't have to just be in the Capital District. We might do a little bit of traveling. So if you're up north or western New York, down south, I know we're going to make a trip down to the Catskills. We're thinking about making a trip down to Jersey or possibly Midway and meeting Carlito from the Golfer Gang Network for a little golf outing. So there's some things in the works that we're going to try to put together. I really got to start getting back on it with the camera footage and get some really good clips of the course, go live a little bit more. It's just kind of sucked it hasn't sucked at all. I've had a great time out there, but there's certain guys that I play with can't really correlate to the puff aspect of this, and that's kind of who I've been paired up with the past couple of weeks, and I totally understand it for job purposes and so on and so forth. So I got to figure out who I'm going to group myself with a little bit better to get some more footage now, especially that there's no card path only. The course is, like I said, playing great. Definitely some opportunities to get some more footage out there. Got some course reviews coming up. Got to lock in some dates on those. Planning on going up to Saratoga Lake. Also, maybe take a trip up to Airway Meadows. So that's in Warrensburg, Queensbury area. So there's a few things we're cooking up. But this weekend is a big weekend. Week 4, Pitch Putt and Puff. 8 guys as of right now. Parisi's up in the air, like I said. He's got the baby coming. So we'll see what happens with him. I'm going to count him out as now until further notice. But we got myself. We got Jay. We got Bub. We got Big Steve. Big Steve's been playing really well, hitting the ball well off the tee. Jay hasn't played since last week. He missed last week because of the hockey. They lost in the championship game, but I guess he still got some cash out of it, so shout out for that. Probably not as much money as he'd make in the Pitch Putt and Puff, but what are you going to do? Bub shook off his Sunday struggles last week. About time. It was great to see. So people like me and Bub go at it on the golf course. And 2 years ago, no, I wasn't rooting for him because he was a better golfer than me. And I wanted to beat him. That's where I was 2 years ago. Last year, I kind of caught up to him a little bit. We evened out. And we would just go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. We'd have stretches. He'd win 5 in a row. I'd win 5 in a row. He'd win 7. I'd win 10. He'd win 10. I'd win 5. It just kept going back and forth like that. This year, kind of similar to doing the same right now. He's probably got me right now overall. But like I said, I play a lot more golf. So the days I'm out there having an 82 round or an 84 round, he's not out there. He's at work already. So that, unfortunately, we don't know what he would be doing. Sunday, he got me by a stroke. Shout out to him for that. Like, and that's the thing. I don't mind it. I want to see Bub play good on a Sunday. I know he's capable of it, but it just happens to come to the Sunday struggles for Bub. That it just whatever Saturday's great shots don't correlate to Sunday for him. If he puts that behind him, I think he could really start cashing out this year because there's a lot of rounds last year where he missed by 2 or 3 strokes. I'm taking some money. Let's see who else we got. Kev's gonna have a bounce back year. So with Kev, there was a lot of things last year. I think were distractions. He was dealing with some bullshit that he was dealing with and stuff like that. But I think Kev's really just having. You can tell he's on a different vibe this year. He's out there just having fun. You don't have to worry about nothing. He shows up to the golf course. Boom. The guy, he's one of the better putters. He's got a great touch with the putter. I haven't had a chance to play with him yet in the 2 rounds or the 3 rounds. So I'll probably match up with Kev this week and see how he's doing out there. Let's see who else we got. So I'm expecting big things out of Kev. I got a feeling I said it last year, but this is going to be Kev's turnaround year. Especially he's not doing a midweek league this year, so to be able to come out with like me, Hank, and Fairway midweek, I think will definitely help. Just be more relaxed out there and just having fun with the boys, opposed to being stressed out all the time. But who else we got? Hank's on fire with that putter. Short game's there. He's playing good. He's hitting the fairways consistently. Hank's just a matter of time until he just fires up, and then he's right down to the mid 80s consistently. He's flirting with it now, but it comes down to putting, where he's missing quite a few short putts that are costing him those extra strokes. Floating with the low 90s, high 80s right now. Brad, my man, Brad's back again this week. He's dealing with a slight injury. He's got a cut on his thumb. Fairway gave him some robotic, like, I don't even, cloaking thing to cover it with. Who the fuck knows with Fairway? So I'm thinking Brad's going to try to play this week. If not, I will just have Parisi fill in, depending on the injury. I just don't want Parisi to feel like uncomfortable out there and rushed and be like, oh man, if my phone rings, I got to go. We'll figure it all out when it comes to it. Parisi's been playing good. He had a great round on Sunday. Shot at 85. Looked like he struggled on 18 a little bit. That cost him a few. So he was probably right there with a 82, 83 going into that hole. But losing a ball on 18 is always a kick in the gut for sure. And then last but not least, we got Fairway Mike. So Fairway was struggling a little bit. As you guys know, we had a whole episode about his 115 pretty much. He figured it out a little bit. So I'm no golf coach by any means, but Fairway's the type of guy, when you tell him something, he listens. So that's a big factor. Like, I see it a lot with Bub. Like, here's an example. Bub's got a nice swing. Bub likes to overcompensate sometimes on his backswing. So Bub will get to the top of his swing and he like loops and the whole head of the club loops. So I was trying to explain to Fairway the motion of just keeping your mechanics and intact and not giving it extra, because when you try to give it extra, it throws the club face off and you start to pull left or you're shanking it right, whatever the case may be. So I was telling him, just kind of get your backswing and keep your arm straight to where your arm and your club make an L. And he's like, hey, man, like this, man. I'm like, just like that, Fairway. So all of a sudden, this guy starts ripping the ball right. He's crushing it. He's getting off the tee better than I've really ever seen him doing it. And I didn't really pay too much mind to it. And then he sent a text today. He's like, hey, Steve, I want to thank you for showing me how to putt. And hey, Raj, thank you for showing me how to hit a ball. So I guess he was using it. And then we were out there today, and he was doing the same thing. So then he had a couple issues with chipping. He uses one of those like chippers, like I don't even know what it is. It's like an illegal club pretty much. But with Fairway, we let him use it. So he was using that to chip for a while. He was always the bump and run guy. Bump and run, bump and run. He's like, how are you hitting it up in the air? Because I use my 60-degree a lot. I also try to flop with like little bump and runs, short bump and runs, just flip them on the green with my 52. He goes, how are you doing that? So I kind of showed him a couple times, showed him a couple things, where to place his hands, just the way I do it. I don't know if I'm doing it right. Probably not. 99% chance I'm not. But just to show him a couple things, and all of a sudden he's, instead of landing and then running out 15 feet past the pin, he's landing, rolling out 4 or 5 feet, and he's within a hula hoop or a tire, a truck tire of the pin, and it's a lot more makeable putt for him. He ended up shooting a 42 in his league match this morning, which is a great round for him considering he was shooting in the hundreds and change last week. So he's definitely cutting strokes off and figuring it out. So I think if fairway just keeps battling at it, he is dealing with a little arm injury as well. So if he gets through this first couple months of the year, I think he'll be fine throughout the rest of the way. He's just got to stay away from fucking. He's great with the pitching. He's great with the putting. He's got to stay away from the puffing. This guy takes 2 hits and he's in fucking la la land. For example, we're on the 11th hole today, par 5. Coming back towards the 9th hole, runs parallel. And he's yelling at me, Raj, watch out, man. What are you doing, man? I'm like, Mike, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm going to hit my ball. My ball was just on the right side of the cart path over in between the 11th and the 9th hole. So he goes, they're hitting. I'm like, who's hitting? There's no one on the tee box. Like, I'm looking, the only person on the tee box is the Ranger, is up above the pro tees. He goes, they're about to hit you. This group he was talking about was on the 8th green putting. They were about 140 yards away from the tee box. I said, hey, man, think you need to lay off the shit, man, or go get some glasses, man. He's like, oh, man, I thought they were swinging at you, dude. I thought they were coming at you. But that's just fairway, man. You never know what's going to happen with that guy. Kind of like Steve, you just never know what's going to happen or what's going to come out of these guys' mouths. But, yeah, this week, week 4, I'm gonna say Parisi as of now is out. Schedule to change. This whole lineup might change, but I want to mix it up. I think this week I'm gonna ride. Let's see. I think I'm gonna go with JR. I only really got to play with Jay. I don't even think I got to play with. I haven't got to play with JR yet this year. He's only been out there that one time. So me and Jay will go out. We'll be in the first group. See here. I played with Steve last week. I got to mix this up. It's a little bit easier to mix up now, but it does stink because there's like an influx. Like Jay missed a week, Hank missed a week, Brad missed a couple weeks. So we'll try to work these guys right back in it. And then let's go. Yeah, let's go. Give me Brad. Who's someone? Yeah, let's go Brad and Kev. So me, Jay, Brad, and Kev, that's group 1. Schedule to change. And then group 2 is going to be Fairway and Steve. And then we'll go Bob and Hank. So that's the 2 groups for this week. Group 1, myself, RGB, with JR, my co-host here, but I'm not going to bother 10:15 at night, 10:30 at night. And then we're going to roll with Brad and Kev. So I haven't played with Kev yet this year. I played with Brad a couple times, but not at Freer. It was before the season started up Mohawk River. Curious to see what Brad does. I know, like I said, I know he's dealing with the injury. Had a tough performance in his Golfer Week tour on Saturday up there, and followed it up with a little bit better performance. Finished out the back 9 strong, but still early in the year, got a little work to do with Brad. I got a feeling, though, once the hand heals up, Brad's going to come back out. He was playing great in mid-March, late February when we get out to Mohawk a couple times. So expecting big things out of Brad. Next week, we're going to have to play on Saturday. Mother's Day is coming up, so we will not be playing next Sunday. We usually take that week off, but we're going to try to move it to Saturday. Might have to push it a little bit back to the afternoon as well with guys' work schedules and other obligations going on. We will figure it out when the time comes. But, yeah, that's the lineup for this week. I appreciate everybody tuning in. I just want to take a second, too, and give a shout-out to all our guests. It's fun, man. I'm just having a lot of fun doing this, meeting cool people. Really just the opportunity to chop it up with all these different podcasters, business owners, influencers, whatever you want to call them, man. It's cool. It's cool. Like, Ralph from Los Galferos. I'm trying to roll these R's. I'm just terrible at it. Los Galferos, really cool dude. He's got some cool things he's doing out there in the California area as well. So we'll be linking up with him again. hopefully link up with him, hop on his podcast, see what those guys are all about. It's just different opportunities. Also the guys from 52 Sundays, just a cool little setup those guys got. The 52 Sundays crew, really dope hat, good quality hat, very similar to the TTTs. Um, nice little setup. I appreciate those guys. Those guys are actually going to be in Jersey in a couple weeks. I might link up with them. Be cool to meet them in person. Legends, always got to shout out Legends. Michael, can't thank you enough for the opportunity. It's really cool opportunity. Going to take a little process to build this thing up, but I think Legends New York Pitch Puff affiliate is going to be really, really cool. It doesn't. That's why it's like Legends and Pitch Puff are going to be two different things, but like the Pitch Puff crew is who we are. That's the 8 to 10 guys we got. That's the Pitch Puff crew. Legends is going to be something totally different. The Pitch Puff crew is part of Legends, sure, but it's going to be something to try to really get some different style things going on in here. Like I know the amateur tours got their little tournament style, individual events, dope, awesome. Traveling to different courses, that's great. I don't necessarily want to make things about the money. I want to make it about the experience, if that makes sense. I want it to be where you get a chance to go and meet new people and play different courses and just find different like tournament styles, like a 2-man scramble, maybe Ryder Cup style events, or we can still do it the way the Pitch Puff with the blind draw, with smaller fields and handicap base it and all that shit. There's a bunch of different things to do. Like I said earlier, 25 spots. There's really technically 15. I might open it to be a true 20. I'll figure it out once I see how some momentum's going here. So far, so good. Just with the launch taking off, I did get some feedback from a few guys. I know the Upstate boys are down. Obviously, the Pitch Puff crew guys are down. Working on with Michael, doing some trying to get some merch rolling. Probably start out small with some hats or shirts, maybe get some stickers going just to kind of post them up at different courses. And it also gives me an avenue, being the Pitch Puff, to, if people don't want to affiliate with the cannabis side of it, I can go to the Legend side of it. And there's going to be a lot of things with Legends up here. This is going to be an East Coast, West Coast collab, 100%. Michael's 100% supporting this. Like I said, I can't thank him enough. It's such a cool opportunity to basically, like, I mean, Legends he takes a lot of pride in that, and to let us be a part of it, only knowing me for a few short months and giving me the opportunity to help him build his brand as well as build mine. It's just a cool collab that we're doing. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I really do. I really think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be some work. It's going to take some time to get it off the ground, but I would really appreciate everybody's support on that. Make sure you go check out the Instagram page. We'll be posting a lot more on there. I'm going to start getting some Pitch Puff content on there. I'm going to start getting some of my Friday night league guys involved. I'm going to talk to most of them at the next league night, see if they want to become a part of Legends, and maybe even link up with some of the Loop guys for Sundays and see if they want to start doing 2-man scrambles with that, blind draw events with that, and just collab with the Pitch Puff to really get it cooking. I mean, it's all the guys are doing this shit anyway. Might as well just make it a club at that point. And why not the Legends Golf Club of New York? Once again, like I said, Michael, can't thank you enough. Appreciate Rob, his partner Rob, jumping on there. Really cool dude. They're just the vibe out there, man. I don't know if it's I never really met too many people from Cali, and I've talked to a lot of them. Excuse me. It's just a good vibe out there I get from these guys. Athe, Brian Athe, TYTV, Audrey, the 4 Left crew. Great. All 3 of them great to talk to. Great opportunities. XG, E-Zone, like, I don't know, 52 Sundays. You got Skull Golfs out in California. So many people I deal with are out in the West Coast, and it's just a really cool vibe. A lot of cool shit going on out there. But yeah, this Sunday, weather pending, Pitch Puff. We'll be out there. 2 tee times, gonna roll out. I think it's the week after Mother's Day. I'm gonna try to lock in 4, possibly tee times. I know I got 3, but I'm gonna try to push for the 4th and see what we can do. Maybe make that a 2-man scramble to kind of break the ice on a little Legends event, like a mini private Legends event with the original members here. Not sure. We'll figure it out as we go. That's what I've been doing the whole time anyway, just figuring it out as I go. But appreciate everybody tuning in to this solo episode of the Pitch Putt and Puff. Make sure you check out 420 Bliss, located at 740 Hoosick Road, Troy, New York. I did so much talking, didn't have too much time to do any puffing, but it is what it is. Make sure you check out Trouble Off the Tee. One thing I've been having so far this year is Trouble Off the Tee. Shout out Marty and the gang over there. Promo code RGB, 15% off site wide. Then you got the promo code PUFF for the buy one get one free on the polos. So make sure you check them out. Check out Legends New York. Make sure you guys follow them. Follow the Pitch Putt and Puff. Like on Instagram. Leave a review, please, too, on Apple, Spotify, if you can. I don't know if you can leave reviews on Spotify, but if you could leave a review on Apple, it'd be greatly appreciated. Helps me get in the algorithm a little bit. I changed up the logo on Instagram to see if that's going to help with the algorithm a little bit. And believe it or not, I noticed a pretty decent jump in numbers with overall views of the page and stuff like that. Went up to about 1,500 in a short period of time. So a little curious to see how that works out the rest of the way. Always going to have the OG logo. Going to have it on the towels. I am actually sold out of the golf towels. So I appreciate everybody for supporting me with those. Went a lot quicker than I thought. Shout out to the crew. Shout out Big Mike, Christian. Yeah, who else got one? I mean, my old man took one, and then I gave one away. So overall, just greatly appreciated that. Gonna do another t-shirt drop. Working on some hats. Just don't. I gotta get a little feedback. If anybody's listening to this and interested in a Pitch Putt and Puff hat, hit me up, and that will kind of give me an idea of how many hats to order, or I might just pre-order for people to see where this goes. I don't want to get stuck with a bunch of merch that nobody wants. So if anybody's interested, definitely hit me up and we can make something happen. And also, my man Kai, Tea Time Leather. This thing is perfect. I actually had it on the golf course yesterday with the crew. My one buddy I was playing with, big sneakerhead, I pulled this out of my pocket. He's like, "Yo, what's that?" And showed him the custom design with the logo and everything in there. So I don't know if you can really see it with the glare, but really dope. Thanks, Kai, for that. teatimeleather.com. Appreciate everybody tuning in. We'll be back on Monday with a recap. So next week, I'm looking to do Wednesday with a guest. Probably going to drop my man Paul from Lombardi Golf on Wednesday. And then we'll be back Friday with the Pitch Putt and Puff recap. I got some really cool guests lined up in the next couple of weeks, so stay tuned. Appreciate everybody's support and for tuning in. And the Pitch Putt and Puff crew will be back on Monday with the recap. Hopefully this rain holds off and we have a recap to talk about. If not, we'll just do a round table. I'll get the boys on and we'll have some shit to talk about. Appreciate everybody. Talk to you soon.